There are all kinds of people in the society, some good and some bad. And a responsible person is the one who not only supports goodness but confronts the evil courageously. When we learn to raise our voice against oppression, we also start contributing to the creation of an ideal society. The winter season had come to an end and it was a sunny afternoon. As soon as the school bell rang, all the children happily came out of the classrooms and started heading towards their home. Gattu and Chinky also took their school bags and headed towards the cycle stand.
Today I had a lot of fun in the history period. The teacher was teaching us about the freedom movement. Oh wow, this is really interesting. Yes, she told us how the common people of the country fearlessly fought against the foreign forces. When all the people started raising slogans of freedom in one voice, even the powerful British government had to bow down. Yes, there is a great power in unity.
As soon as they reached the bicycle stand, Gattu and Chinky looked at the end of the stand, where a boy was pushing another boy and making him fall.
Hey, isn't that Tony? Looks like he's fighting with Arjun today, who has taken admission in the school a few days ago. Yes, this Tony keeps troubling everyone in the class too.
Tony was 2 years senior to Gattu earlier, but after failing 2 times consecutively, he now studied in the same class as Gattu. Being older in age, his height and weight were more than the other kids of the class, and he was also friends with the senior students of the school. That is why he used to bully his classmates and juniors. It was his daily work to shout at other students over small things and scare them. Gattu and Chinky saw from a distance that Tony was continuously shouting at Arjun. Arjun was still lying on the ground. His school bag and water bottle were also lying nearby. Just as Arjun tried to catch his bag, Tony picked up his bag and threw it away.
Chinky, listen, I will go and help Arjun. Till then, you go and call our other friends. Yes, but how will you fight Tony alone? Fighting is not the solution to every problem. There is another idea in my mind.
Saying this, Gattu starts walking towards Tony and Chinky went to call her friends. As he got closer, Gattu saw that Tony was continuously shouting at Arjun.
I had already told you that this place at the cycle stand is reserved for my cycle. No one parks their cycle over there. But nothing like that is written in the rule book.
Tony angrily points his fist at Arjun and says,
Should I show you the rule book?
Suddenly, Gattu comes in between and says to Tony,
Hey Tony, I was looking for you for so long. Me? Why were you looking for me? Actually, teacher has asked me for the list of the 3 most popular students. One of them will be made the new class monitor. And of course, there is no student more popular than you. What are you saying? I have failed 2 times. Why will the teacher make me the class monitor? Let me explain. I'll explain in detail.
In this way, Gattu entangled Tony in his words. On the other hand, Chinky brought her friends and they saw Tony bullying Arjun from a distance.
If you dare to park your cycle in my place again, I will break your cycle itself. Go away from here now. I have to prepare to become a monitor.
Poor Arjun quietly took his bag and walked away from there. As soon as he went a little distance, he met Chinky and her friends. Arjun was totally scared and was crying. Chinky and her friends consoled him. Meanwhile, Gattu convinced Tony that he is the most popular student of the class and he is going to be the next monitor.
Now, you just wait and watch. In a few days, you will be declared the class monitor.
Tony and Gattu shook hands and then Tony went away from there. The next day, after the morning assembly, Gattu shared his plan with Chinky, Arjun and all the other friends. Everyone got ready to act according to Gattu's plan. Then the class teacher came in the classroom and said,
Children, today we will finish the chapter of our history. Freedom Movement of India. What did you learn in the last chapter? Ma'am, we had learned that we should raise voice against injustice. No matter how powerful the enemy is, if common people come together and raise their voice against it, then truth will triumph. Very good, Gattu. Very beautiful. Ma'am, amongst us also there is a boy with whom a lot of wrong has happened, but he is small and also new in the school. That is why he is scared and does not complain. Really? Who is he?
Gattu and his friends encourage Arjun to tell the teacher in front of everyone about how Tony bullies him. Being with everyone gave Arjun the courage to go in front of the teacher and tell her everything. Teacher was stunned after hearing this. She asked Tony,
Tony, what am I hearing? He is lying, ma'am. I have not done anything like this.
Just then on Gattu's signal, Bunty, Hari and Pinky stand up.
It's not Arjun, but Tony who is lying, ma'am. We saw with our own eyes that near the cycle stand, Tony had pushed Arjun and made him fall. He threw away his bag and water bottle and was also threatening to beat him more. Tony does this with other kids too, ma'am. If you ask in the junior classes, then many other students will tell you about Tony. But due to fear of him, no one has shown the courage to complain till date.
Hearing all this, the teacher got real angry with Tony.
This is a very serious issue, Tony. We will take action on this and will also talk to your parents. Principal sir does not tolerate such behavior in the school at all. Let's hope he does not expel you from the school.
Tony gets really upset after hearing this. His father was already very angry with Tony due to him failing twice. Tony became very scared as soon as he heard about calling his parents to school.
I am sorry, teacher. I have made a big mistake. I will never do this again, ma'am.
All the children in the class were looking at Tony saying sorry like this for the first time. They could not believe that this was the same Tony who always used to misbehave with the other students.
If you have to say sorry, then say it to Arjun and to all the other students with whom you have misbehaved. Understood? I am sorry, Arjun. Please forgive me. I will never ever misbehave with you or with anyone else. It's okay, Tony. I forgive you. I don't want that your future is ruined with your getting expelled from school. But I would request, just get rid of the habit of troubling someone when you see them weak. I am proud of you, Arjun, that today you showed courage and told everyone the truth about Tony. Otherwise, Tony would never have realized his mistake, and this problem would have kept on increasing slowly. The credit for this goes to Gattu, ma'am. He not only saved me from Tony that day, but even today he gave me the courage to say this in front of everyone. Oh wow, Gattu, where did you get this idea? I learned this from you, ma'am. That day you yourself taught in the history class that one should never tolerate injustice, and like our freedom movement, everyone should come together and raise their voice.
Hearing this, all the children start clapping. Arjun, teacher and Gattu have a smile on their faces.